Activate the live chat windows. Live chat windows are good. Looks like everything's online. Give me a check my other computer. That's all good. And I think everything is good to go. So let's go and get started. I do have a good pile of replays here. We will start with the largest one, which still cannot be sorted out for some odd reason. Why can't I move around my camera? Did they reset the hotkeys? No, that's... I still have my camera stuff there.
Move camera backward.
Oh, don't give me that. Okay, there we go. I don't know what was going on. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Mythology replay. Spawn on top left side as the blue Tsukiyomi, we got Averly. Spawn on bottom right side as the red Hurrah, we have Victor. When it comes to major and minor gods, of course, Tsukiyomi is a focus technology, shinobi, and cavalry. You get free technological upgrades, 3 of them, up to 3. Each specialty tier increases shinobi and cavalry attack. Each technology provides experience. Excuse me, aging up to 25% faster and get a free kitsune at each age. And so he's a pretty good technology focus. And as well as, of course, cavalry. There's a lot of good major and minor gods to support that. Ra is the focus of Mighold stronghold units, so effectively cavalry and empowerment. So if both sides go for cavalry, camel riders versus perhaps Inari Okami's Bioman upgrade. Laborers gather from berries faster, camel riders, chariot archers, and royal elephants get additional hit points, very important there. Empowers nearby buildings and AoE empowerment on monuments, and priests have the same lesser empowerment as well. And of course, get more villager armor here. God power is a focus on farms, so that's actually something but more mid to late game, definitely not early game one. Though apparently in Gold Edition, it also improved wood collection. I think that's a bit of a bug. Also, Gold Edition only affected around the town center itself, not around the granaries. When it comes to major and minor gods, Ra is focused on Mighold stronghold units, so maybe something focused more on economy or something to help him fast age up. Boss gives access to clips for myth units and the Sphinx. A pair of upgrades for Sphinx. Villagers get better wood collection rate and chops trees faster and better... Oh, did this get buffed? I thought this was 5%, now it's 8%, so it looks like maybe this Godpower mythological upgrade got buffed by 3%. That is very, very small. That's actually probably not bad though. I have no idea how big that is. 3% seems puny. Electrum bolts help improve slings for your counter units. Leather frames pierce armor for your spearmen. Axeman upgrade. And farms cost less and build quicker. Plus you get to watch incredibly horrible myth units that people like and I hate it. And Shifty Sands with excellent god power. I think FOV will be a better option because half price farms will go quite nicely if you want to go for an early rain. But it really is up to player. I do think Shifting Sands is an excellent god power. But when it comes to Tsukiyomi, for his age up, Jenny Inari Okami is the default. Swamplands is an excellent god power. Jorogumo is not a bad myth unit, good decent frontline one, which actually does combo quite well with the Ivory and Netsuki. You get Wisdom 9 improve your Kitsune, increase their hit points and stack limit. Very nice, which also goes great with Naginata Riders for Tsukiyomi, because they have the same base moon speed, so get a nice extra bit of moon speed bonus for your Naginata Riders. And Suzuki Battleman improves the same cavalry, and also giving a little bit bonus damage versus counter cavalry, including the mounted Yumi archers. Amenu Uzume is also excellent god, though in our economies by default. This is still a good goddess, which does allow you to resummon a handful of myth units. It has like a maximum Q of 3, which is still pretty nice. So if you want just a group of small myth units that stick around that are not the Kitsune, it does not affect the Kitsune. It's very nice. Infantry hit points, not important for... It could be actually nice for Shinobi, if you want to focus more on Shinobi. And Mikos are just better. Oops, my apologies, hit my microphone. I think an Aria Kami is probably the default selection, which is a good selection. And Fa would be my bit more favorite for Raw, but either a good possibility. Not empowering the monument, because you get full empowerment rather than the half empowerment here. And I'm going to fast forward, since we're in the eco phase of the game. Abilities of Obelisk to torment his opponent. Eye of Horus, town center citadel population capacity by 4, very useful. Nine-tailed fox charm, get a lot nine-tailed fluffy tail fox charm, which gives your mythian a slight bit of health regen. Nothing too significant, but it is actually very nice, particularly for the Kitsune, since they also can be used for harassment. Salva Far, how to pronounce that? Sludge. Fortress's favor cost is set down to 0. Probably actually pretty good for the Ra, who is focused on Migul Shonkunin, and just removing the favor costs will just make them a bit more accessible. So I think that would be a very good thing for Ra to pick up. Arrows of Hercules increase the attack of ranged soldiers and heroes by 5%. Yep. Heroes' range attack damage precisely is 5% damage. And of course, just better range soldier damage by 5% as well of all types. Looks like the fox is nipping at the obelisk. It's quite delicious. There's the free Kitsune. Oh, gets the upgrade there, all the temple upgrades. So now it has researched the Wisdom 9, the it doesn't go for... Let me switch. Should have the Ivory, what's it called? Netsuku. So you 40% damage your myth units do to humans, just 2 units, you get as gold. Which means in this case, if they one of these Kitsune do bite a infantry unit of some sort, approximately get about 2-3 gold pieces. But what's nice about it is actually for Jorogumo, however you pronounce it. Oh, looks like eating the priest. Priest more of a soft counter than a hard counter than myth units. Their base damage is pretty low with a high attack speed. And it does heal up those units there. Got a little bit of gold from that, so I didn't really make a good showcase of it. I'm just trying to find the spider lady. There she is. Her special attack here, if I remember correctly, does 150 base damage. So in theory, every time she pulls off that special attack, should do 100 and... It should give you 60 gold in return. Oh, got the nine-tailed fox charms collected. Also does get the deadly snare automatic upgrade as well, so adds a bit of extra poison damage, divine damage. Miko here, trying to heal up these units. The nine-tailed Kitsune have the charm for them, so their tail's going to be extra fluffy now. Spirit Man's here, 5 moon speed. And we've got a decent hit squad of the Kitsune, which would be a little bit better if it was Susanoo rather than Tsukiyomi, since the, what is it called, Crushing Wave, increased Mythian's moon speed, also give them +1 divine damage, which will be quite a bit extra damage for the Kitsune. Let's see if we can see her special attack get some good amount of gold collection. Granted, it is 150 hack damage, so armor still gets applied. And these guys 140 hack armor, so 150 damage, which should reduce damage by 60, but should probably still almost one shot. If there's enough Nobunaga riders for this unit to engage, it's way too much here. But you can see every little nip gets about 2 or 3 gold. while the stabs are just doing regular damage. This is an age 4 upgrade, so just ignore that being queued up. And pursuing these guys all the way back home. And the thing as well, these spearmen will have trouble versus the Kitsune. They have 6 damage, normal attack speed with 85 health. Gets a bit of smite damage there. Kitsune do have less hack armor, but they do have a lot of extra health now with them. Damage to DPS is 4.8 versus the 6, so on 1v1 the spearman may win out, but it's cutting it close, honestly. Not to mention, even if the Kitsune do lose out, their biggest cost is favor. They cost, what, 8 favor? Oh, does shank the spearman. Nico healing these units in combat, very nice. I was trying to say is, does give it a gold generation from there, so able to convert your favor and food into gold by having the Kitsune push forward. Tsukuyomi has enough gold to age on up. His next age up will be Hachiman or Fujin. Both are decent possibilities. If you want to go for more heroes, Hachiman. And Fujin's, of course, more focus on myth units and cavalry speed. It reduces the attack speed of your cavalry and increase their speed, so improving DPS and speed. Hachiman does prove more focus on heroes, which is, you can see here is a bit of a line here, but the heroes get more damage versus myth units, as well as just more damage. Melee damage, hero melee damage, ranged soldier, all damage types. All hero damage plus 15, so primarily heroes and range units. And Tengu stuff. So if you want to go for more heroes, in this case probably more the daimyo for Tsukuyomi, Hachiman, but Fujin's probably a better option with the attack speed for the cavalry archers as well as for his cavalry. You have Sobek being employed in the field. Sobek, of course, give access to the Petrosos, which can be upgraded to Pet Sobek. Thanks, Grant. And which Sobek provides the Locust, Rock, Petsuchos, the Laser Croc, building hit points, and reduce gold costs, Camel Rider hit points, so it looks like he's going to be more focused on camels rather than chariot archers, which are good counter cavalry unit there. And since he's fighting against Tsukuyomi, who's more cavalry focused, more focus on camels is probably a better choice. These guys have plus 20% damage versus cavalry. Camel Riders have plus 100% damage. Looks like that villager may be going down. You can see here as these fox nip the obelisk, no gold was being collected there. I wonder if it does affect the villagers? If it does affect the villagers, it could be they can still be good. Excuse me, raiding tool. And looks like Tsukuyomi is eyeing for Hachiman. Got a nice AoE empowerment there. Miggle Shungle going on up, being powered by the priests. We got some priests here, which honestly, sacking them to Miggle Shungle is probably a good idea. Sees Miggle Stronghold going on up. He sells Extra Locust, which is not great god power. Against it's pretty much meant for villagers and farms. Does eat the obelisk. It will torment him no longer. Camel Riders being summoned. Right now these are medium Camel Riders versus Dark Age Naginata Riders. These guys right now doing 8.8 damage. Naginata Riders have 9.4. 154 versus 169, 15 armor versus 20 armor. Right now, Yari Spearman is probably a better option for Tsukuyomi. Hachiman's being employed on the field. Got stable here, eyeing for a bit more stability in his life. We got the Dark Waters here. Villager may get picked on off. Yep, I think the gold does get applied when the kitsune do bite the villager, so that's nice if you're ever curious.
Into you.
See, this spirit have a weird effect on them, but I don't know what is going on. None of these will suggest cause the weird blood effect come onto them. Wait, there was some sort of announcement of some sort of blood-based DLC. I just sort of hate that concept because you got the what's it called?
Into you.
Total War series. It's that's like just a cheap money grab DLC every single time. I view that in the exact same light. Camera riders to push away forward. There's way too many targets for them. Do have medium Naginata riders, which push the base damage up to 11. Do have the heavy camera riders and the copper weapons being queued on up. Naginata riders do have copper upgrades, at least shield and weapons. No breastplate. I've got this formation of myth units pushed way forward. Another Petsuchos being summoned. Very nice. Everybody's favorite laser crocodiles. I think everybody, when growing up, when we saw the Petsuchos, everybody just fell in love with it. It shoots lasers. It just really stands out as a myth unit. Rock rolling around or flying around. Decent hits there from these Yumi horse archers. Huh, the rock has no melee armor. I'm trying to think of what attacks can strike it that's melee. But it should potentially take 100% melee damage, in theory. I don't think I've even seen a unit with no armor like that. Is there any other unit that has a certain category of armor that just doesn't exist? Because these even buildings have 5% crush armor. Birdie's getting shot down. Do of course have shoguns available, or a shogun. Just need to upgrade a daimyo. There's the daimyo, or should I say shogun. Let's see, you got 12 camera riders here. We have 17 Yumi archers, 14 Naginata riders. Is the shogun also classified as cavalry? It says cavalry hero. I'm assuming it means it is classified as cavalry. Red Paw needs to get some more spearmen as well as more camera riders. Has 2 Miggled strongholds for this. More Yumi horse archers, and with the Bannerman upgrade, they do get bonus damage versus cavalry of plus 2%. Nice backline archer, mobile archer unit. Nothing too fantastic about them. They are mobile and they have damage and they have decent attack speed compared to chariot archers. I think they have less health and armor than chariot archers. Chariot archers do also have attacks slower, but they do have bonus damage versus melee infantry. They're more of a true mounted archer rather than a mounted support unit. If that makes any sense. We do have the rain. The Pharaoh has gone down. And we've got locusts being summoned, which is actually damage to the farms. And we've got the swamplands, which are of course going to be very effective versus camel riders since they are high value individual units. Watchtower has been upgraded. We do have crenellations, very nice. I don't know why. Why does the swipe line seems wider than normal? I always forget how wide it is. I always find this god power on the overpowered side, honestly. Did villagers get grabbed? It sounds like villagers are getting grabbed. Tengu does go down. It's not a Mecha Tengu from Red Alert, so it can't just fly away. Picking out a villager there. Raw can always use shifting sand. A number of these units are quite wounded, so blue may want to just fall back to a... Oh yeah, he's brought in some Mikos here for healing. It's going to take quite a bit of time to actually heal up everything. The Shogun cannot be healed on up, like the son of Osiris. Here comes the next age up. Ra could eye for Osiris, speaking of the son of Osiris, and Horus. Horus, of course, is more focused on axemen. He's finally gets kind of not important. Spear of Horus improves spearmen's melee damage and additional bonus damage for cavalrymen, which is probably actually pretty useful. Infantry hit points of speed. Osiris is focused on, let's see, mummies. 2 pharaohs is always very nice. Here we go. Desert Wind. Camel riders get additional damage, hit points, and speed. Just basically making them give another tier of upgrades. So this is probably just going to go for Osiris. The Horus does have a good option. The Twister, the Tornado, is okay. It's more use it against armies, not against structures. It doesn't travel ahead enough boons to make it good against structures. But if you pop in the middle of army, it does do quite a bit of damage to an army. So it's more of an army killer, can be used against buildings, a bit more generalist. But overall, it's a relatively weak Age 4 God Power compared to other Age 4 God Powers. So, it sounded like... no, I thought it sounded like we heard a second Shogun get summoned. No, it was the second New Moon that got deployed in the field. Where it got deployed out in the field, I'm not sure. And we do have Watasumai, or how to pronounce his name, or the dragon's name, which is a focus on... Gives Dragon Typhoon, which is a line of pack of damage over time, is really a better Twister. Though still not as great as Sharknadoes. Shin Nagami, basically these guys just respawn after death. They can respawn a second time, so there could be 3 iterations of them. Shinobi gets increased movement speed, as well as gets a smoke bomb ability, temporary camouflage. Hero effect, so he's going for Hachiman for hero, so he may be on to mass produce the Omojis, or how to pronounce that. And he's symmetrical bows, so it's also support Tsukiyomi as well by improving his horse archers. So you could have gone for the Golden Kite does increase range soldier damage against myth units, also increase range damage in general. This one could also increase their attack speeds. No, yeah. But does increase attack range and damage for the Yumi horse archers. Ra's bringing in more rain. He's actually low in gold as well. Oh, I didn't miss this. Pesuchos makes for good pets if they have the name. Oh. Camel Riders initiate combat music. Osiris queued on up, that's what I predicted. Oh, got the watchtowers. Maybe we'll go for some crenellations. Boiling oil being researched by Tsukiyomi. And the crenellations also queued on up. Osiris just needs a bit more, or Ra needs a bit more gold to get Osiris going. There's the Yumi horse archers engaging. Camel Riders right now do have 50% range armor. At this point in time, he just may want to stand and fight. Some of them getting caught. He is trapping some of them. They do have a base move speed of 6, so which will speed the horse archers. Locust got summoned somewhere. Over here, looks like. For Osiris, the mummy is actually a pretty good myth unit. It provides a strong damage over time effect, and if they die with that effect on, they get it summons a minion out of their corpse. And so if you like the claptrap yelling out minions, you can do that repeatedly. We do have the obelisk going on up to torment his opponent. That is a large number of heavy Yumi horse archers, so camels are still a good choice. Slingers will also be a good choice. Got a number of Kitsune to help with the movement speed, putting them up to 5.5. Very nice. Camel riders on the flank, trapping some of the formation, interrupting their formation. Some of these camel riders are having trouble with pathing, looks like. Using the Kitsune to be a bit of a meat shield. They have 215 health versus 117. They both have pathetically low armor, 20 versus 19. So not a bad actually unit to disrupt your opponent's formation. Excellent micro there by Tsukiyomi. You now have the dragon being researched, Watasumi. You pronounce that. More Naginata riders. Daimyo is still alive. The Daimyo does not affected by the Bannerman upgrade. It does get affected by the Golden Kai, so may not be actually classified as a cavalry unit. As I don't see the Bannerman upgrade nor the bonus damage as cavalry. So might not be a cavalry unit. And Osiris has been summoned. Hope the priest pharaoh's at full health. Yep, the son of Osiris is at full health. What's better than shooting lasers? Lightning. Actually, no. Lasers are better. Yeah. Naginata riders have broken on through. There's Age up there. There's the Shinigami, which also can cause a bit of terror, temporary routing, good crowd control. They have a bit of range and divine damage with a bit of AoE going with them. Back speed's a little bit on the slower side though. Camel riders here, champion camel riders. And these guys are getting trapped. Doesn't manage to go some formation there, but these guys are getting trapped on the granary. Nice pick there on the Naginata riders. Tsukiyomi is pretty far from getting out his champion, free champions. Oh, he does build a free dock there to get his free myth units. This one could probably be deleted. I don't think that's amphibious. This is... has excellent damage, crush damage to AoE for the price of a dock. That's pretty good, because it's the free myth unit. Daimyo here engaging, pursuing the camel riders. With the amount of horse rush in the field, Raw needs to focus on getting the iron shields. He only has copper shields. He really needs to get out the iron shields upgrade. I just saw the Chariot Archer upgrade. He's also going for the double Pharaoh. Double Pharaoh should be pretty nice for the double empowerment, AoE empowerment. Castle not going on up. We do have a siege tower here. There is Jorogrumo Venom Spinner. She does get picked off there. I did see quite a bit of gold get collected there, but I don't know if that's from her special attack, chart attack. The Son of Osiris does also act as a forward healer. Currently at full health. Do you have the champion Naginata riders? He mainly researched that. He sees the Umbozu. And that should be smited no problem. The Son of Osiris, of course, does get good bonus damage, as well as good chain damage. The Son of Osiris may get peppered up there by the Naginata riders. Son of Osiris is still at full health. We got the Watasuma now engaging. Pulls back the Son of Osiris to avoid damage there. Son of Osiris is being hit from it. And Red, we need to spend time to rebuild that army. Iron breastplate, iron shields put up by Tsukuyomi. Trying to take out some of those villagers, but I hear more dead camels. Siege crossbow, the scorpion has gone down.
Gary.
More camel archers queued on up. Not camel archers, camel riders. I do think the mummies could be a good way to help deal with these guys. They offer the Mummy Vizier's upgraded version does have its charge attack and AoE, which could be very useful against these squishy units. Though Pet Sobek is never really a bad idea. Laser Crocs. Oh, looks like the Miko has established a shrine here, currently collecting up the rate of 0.07, decent rate. Shrine taking some damage here. We do have some markets. Red is actually going to try to establish a trade path this direction. He needs to get upgraded walls. He has the advanced fortification going on up. Fortified town centers is almost complete. Looks like Tsukuyomi's going for his upgraded walls. Got a good number of barracks being established. Or guard houses, I should say. There's the Shigami. Tears those units. Got a pair of mummies here. Not Mummy Viziers at the moment. Son of Osiris firing away. Smites the Shigami. There's Swamplands. Yari Spearman here. But he's just going to brave the Swampland. He can't really back out now. Trying to get the Son of Osiris with these horse archers. I think he needs to turn around, smite. He can take out a good number of them if he stands and fight. I think he's taking more damage than he needs to. Minions are now advancing. I even want to know how many units the Swamplands took there. Oh, that's a pile of blood. I think, is that the blood upgrade? I don't remember that much blood in this game. Or really any. I didn't even buy that DLC. Was that some sort of free DLC? Or was that part of the season? It's probably part of the season. Minions are starting to disintegrate. Their life is nearly up. Good number of Yari Spear in the field engage the counter marauders. Very good. Chariot archers can be a good way to counter them. The Son of Osiris has taken quite a bit of a beating. Chariot archers are now doing nearly 20 damage per attack. Young archers are also doing slightly above 20 damage. Chariot archers have a little bit extra health. The Son of Osiris has gone down there. Yeah, right now the Chariot archers are effectively very similar to the Yumi horse archers. They have effectively the same damage. The biggest difference between the two is the horse archer has no bonus, has slower attack speed with high bonus damage. A large number of Yumi Arch or Yari Spearmen now on the build queue. Miko Stronghold does get deployed in the field. The fortified advanced fortification has not been completed. And it looks like Blue's bringing a good number of villagers here. 55 villagers I double clicked on, but I see even more. There's 60 villagers here. That's nearly all of them. Blue may be trying to go for a bit of all-in. I'm not sure. No, Blue wants that gold deposit. He's sacking everything for that gold deposit. Red has access to the majority of the gold deposit left on his map, not to mention some trade. So Blue's desperate for this gold. He's out of gold in his bank. Red's expecting gold out of his bank. A Pharaoh has gone down. Villagers are repairing up the Nigel stronghold right now, which has 44 damage. A lot of damage. Must be a good number of villagers on the inside. 7 out of 20. It has 60 damage at the moment. Nigel stronghold's about to go on down. That would have been a good time for Locust for all those villagers nearby. They actually are decent versus villagers, and there was a large number of villagers there. But he did not have the favor for it. Watchtower going on up. Raw right now is almost basically out of food. Has some gold to work with, plenty of wood to work with. Blue's going for some deer caravan now. Yari Spear charging way forward, trying to get some damage going. But luckily here, Chariot Horse Archers actually have a good amount of bonus damage to work with. And force back all Blue's villagers now. Blue sort of ran out of steam. Blue has 132 units of field, 42 military versus 97 maxed out army by Red, or maxed out population. So Red has momentum to keep going. No incendiaries for his chariot archers though. We do have a siege tower queued on up, as well as more camels. Oh, we do have some mercenary cavalry put in the field. Those guys are expensive, and they're not too well statted, honestly. Pops inside the Nigel stronghold, buffing his damage up to 40 something. Monument to the Pharaohs. No monument to the gods in the field, that means. Maybe trying to go with some AoE empowerment in this region. Got multiple catapults being queued up and some siege towers, pair of mummies, and we also got the Mummy Vizier upgrade, the Af Crown, increase the mummy hit points by 20, and increase mummy range damage by 40%, and lifespan for the minions by 100%. I guess as this charge attack has always been AoE, but making it a bit more lethal makes it a bit more effective. Which should be particularly useful against the Yari Spearmen. We got a good number of these Shigamis. A very good number of them. Does tear the entire formation. Got a decent amount of AoE damage going as well. Their range is not good. Currently empowering this watchtower. Really needs some incendiary arrows. Going for draft horses. Going for the guard tower upgrade. Siege tower takes out the castle. Shigami is pushed way forward, getting some damage, getting some terror actions. Of course, the AoE damage from the Shigami is going to be quite useful. Got a Vizier Mummy there. Counter Riders charge way forward, getting some damage on these Yumi Horse Archers. Here comes the Revan Shigami. Increased damage to 24. Of course, there's one more wave of him. More of these guys push forward. There is the Vengeful Shigami putting his damage up to 28. That is a big line of Yumi Force Archers being queued on up, as well as some Yari Spearmen. Red right now is having trouble maintaining maximum population. Blue's at maximum population. Pharaoh's getting hit. He needs to be standing fighting. And Pharaoh, of course, in this age, would be pretty effective versus Myth units. Listeners trying to get some repairs going. Shigami's pushed way forward. Nice AoE damage on those camels. Large number of those Shigamis are fighting going down. Those are mostly the Vengeful, the final form. Slowly being picked apart. They do cost wood, which is a resource that Tsukiyomi has plenty of. Not much of gold. He has quite a bit of gold as well as wood. Actually low on food of all resources. Looks like Red tried to go for some walls there, but was unsuccessful to wall off the market. Rock's still back here. We have some mercenary cavalry on the field. Raw's gone for another rain god power. He's playing wood and gold as well. Needs a lot more food. So both these players are low on food. We have a war elephant upgrade as well. So he has these heavy war elephants. He has queued up Pesutros, as well as a round of mercenary. Mercenary do have bonus damage versus range. And red is eyeing for our Titan. Yari Spearman getting some good damage on those Chariot Archers. Who's getting up more proxy structures. Still got a lot of stuff over here by Blue. Red's gone for some fortifications here for defense. Maybe we'll start hitting the deer caravans. Oh, Pharaoh there will be going on down. Does tear a handful of units there. And red is now deployed out a Titan Gate. Increase push rate forward. But looks like the Shigami's maybe going to win. Large number of Petsu shows on the build queue for red. But looks like stuck behind the priest. Champion War Elephants not being summoned. I honestly, it's been a while since I've seen Champion War Elephants. I forget what their stats are. But they should be pretty slow. I don't know how good they are going to be versus these Yumi Horse Archers. Petsucho's firing away. Petsovic upgrade complete. Greatly increasing the range of these Petsovic. 26. Tank gets down to 109 seconds. Got all Yumis now being thrown in the field, as well as more Yumi archers. Mounted Yumi archers. Mercenaries being summoned up here. Red has plenty of gold at the moment. More Yumi archers, mounted Yumi archers being thrown in the field. Now blue's Titan Gate's also being queued on up. Blue's Titan Gate has been summoned. Raw is about ready to be summoned onto the field. Another 34 seconds for him. Looks like the deer caravans do get interrupted. I don't know where the deer caravan are at the moment. Right there. That's probably not a good path. And here comes Raw. Big bird summon. Petsobic's being engaged, though it looks like that one will be stabbed to death. The Mishkami's starting to go on down. Trade archers pushing forward, engage some of these Yumi archers or Yari spearmen. Got some old Onmojis being pulled in the field. I still don't know how to pronounce their name. But they do have a decent number of upgrades onto them, though he's missing one upgrade for them. The this one here, increase their damage by 20%, which actually increases the base damage. And these guys don't actually have a high base damage. The base damage is actually 5, so increase the damage by 1 with 2 AoE, so 10 divine damage. Rain has been summoned. Raw is advancing, and here is the other one. The what was it called? Orochi no something? So the Titans may clash. Red's Titan has taken some damage. The Fox Charm does not appear to apply to the Titans. So maybe still only Mythic Rejuvenation may heal up Titans. Knocks back that formation there. Goes for a bit of a tail swipe. That must have been Iron Tail. Titans now engage each other. We've got some heroes here. Both next to each other, both shooting each other now. 17,000, 17,000, so it looks like they're equally going poorly for both sides. Camp Archers push forward. 13, 13. Looks like it's going to be a tie. More Yari Spearmen, more Yumi Horse Archers. Shifting Sands is still available. 5,000 versus 5,000. Red looks like Titan will win as a consolation prize of 1,000, now less than 1,000 health remaining. And both Titans now down. So yeah, it was effectively a tie when it comes to Titans. Blue right now is army 104, 5.6k value in the field versus 3.5k on the field. More of the war elephants being summoned somewhere. There they are. They do get bonus versus range. I forgot to mention as well, Camera Eyes also get bonus versus range, so they do extra damage to the Yumi Horse Archers while at it. Yari Spearman still causing some issues over here. Elephants have been cleaned on up. And Raw's probably has enough resources to get out Wonder. Maybe Raw should eye for a Wonder. Of course, got these watchtowers firing away. Bird Dock, which neither of these could go onto land. Maybe a good idea to delete both these units and apply for some siege ships. I don't know. We do have now another Mid-Gold Stronghold going up. Maybe if we're empowering this, a forward monument on these fortifications wouldn't be half bad.
Into you go.
Now Yari Spear on the field, that's for sure. Big queue of them as well. Yari Spear right now up to 10 damage. So they will rip apart those chariot archers, no problem. Somebody's building a Wonder. I think Raw is building a Wonder. Going from one of the Great Pyramids, I believe that is. Actually, I can't remember what the Wonders are for each. God, let's just say they're a rare thing to see. The Wonder has another 300 seconds remaining. Ships being summoned, siege ships. Red has a pretty good queue of everything going on up. Running low on food again. Tsukiyomi has a bit of all resources. Once his Wonder goes up, it'll make his God Power 75% cheaper, so guy for more Sons of Osiris. It will also improve the health and damage of all myth units by 100%. Some of these Shigamis are starting to go on down. Tsukiyomi's just been to maintain much better favor generation. It looks like it's at, the Raw is at 39 as well as a 30. Nice thing about these Shigamis, as they start doing damage, he has Ivory Netsuku, so it does get gold every time they strike. And so he's effectively turning wood into gold. Bring a big round of mercenaries. 2 minutes remaining for the wonder. And he doesn't really have god powers to really support the wonder. Unless he wants to get a bit of a pair of Son of Osiris. Son of Osiris are nice and all, but not necessarily super strong. Not miniature nukes. They bring a storm, not a bomb. Though Mummy Viziers would be very nice, getting double damage and health. Red's production queue has shrunken, he's out of wood, has plenty of gold to work with, some food to work with. Well, Tsukiyomi's reserve is quite high. He also managed to get the maxed out Bushido Tear. But no maxed out Shinobi Grandmaster or the Haruto Samurai, whatever they're called. Got a good number of heavy Oyumis here. Pair of hammer ships. Not sure how effective they will be. Got some mercenaries being summoned as well. Mercenaries, just mercenary spearmen, which are not too terribly great at the moment. A large number of mounted Yumi horse archers being queued on up. The wonder has completed, so got age 5 raw, who summons all the god powers immediately. He also has a big stockpile of favor. Wait, don't the wonder give you a stockpile of favor as well? I don't remember him having that much. You need to find a pharaoh and get a Son of Osiris, and then find his other pharaoh and get another Son of Osiris. There's a pharaoh there. Now it's the Son of Osiris. Members with new kingdoms, you have 2 pharaohs. Your pharaohs will, well, at least in Gold Edition, your pharaohs will respawn after being turned into a Son of Osiris. Red has held for now, has some resources to work with. He got more myth units. He has a pile of favor there. I'm just going to go for a large number of Sons of Osiris, which would be very fun. But he needs overall more Mummy Viziers. I have no faith in Wadjets. I have no faith in the, what is it, Scorpion Man? No, Petsobix. Petsobix could be quite nice. Or Petsobix. I think a good number of Mummy Viziers would definitely be a good call. And since mummies are age 4, they have high base stats, the high multipliers on them will be excellent. Nearly 1,000 health, 72 damage, relatively slow attack speed, but still, these are definitely pharaohs. He does go for more Shifting Sands villagers. It brings in the locusts, eating through a good chunk of farms. Miggle stronghold here. Blues responding to it now. The pond, I thought it was like, that's like the underworld gate they used in the campaign. I wonder if I wonder, is that the underworld gate they used in the campaign? The built Titan gate? Am I stupid? That might be it.
Go.
Elephant here. Elephants are not myth units. Closest animal that is to this mythological animal is probably the giraffe. But he's not playing set. Multiple mid-gold strongholds being summoned. He has plenty of favor for another Son of Osiris. He's actually out of wood for more mummies. Petsochos, they cost Petsovics. They do cost gold, right? So yeah, maybe we need to go for some Petsovics. Since mummies are supercharged, definitely should be eyeing to be aggressive with them. Looks like the Son of Osiris is getting hit again. Ooh, the minion's going to be supercharged well. 320, 22 damage, high attack speed. Another Son of Osiris has been summoned. Next one costs 313. At this one time, I just want Raw to win, having going for Wonder Age. How's his favorite generation? 91 per minute. Oh, it does go for another monument here. That should greatly increase his favorite generation up to 95 per minute. But needs a moment to count up. Yep, counting up right now, 102. And this is the trade line there, so establishing foot here for a hold for your there for red will deny the trade deer caravans. More elephants being summoned now. More catapults, more camel riders. And another Son of Osiris has been put in the field. Of course, there's two right there. The third one's probably marching its way forward soon. Deer caravan's gonna go down. The Son of Osiris will zap the deer. Instantly turn into cooked venison. And they, since Son of Osiris do divine damage, there are two of them. One shot a line of deer caravans. Some of the Son of Osiris might be going on down, so they can only click on one now. Someone could be up here. Son of Osiris, I heard get hit there. Do have another round of Locust eating a line of these horse archers. It might actually be affected by the Wonder Age. If the individual entities are classified as Mythians, it could actually increase in damage there. Not sure how it works, but it's eating through villagers. And Blue has resigned. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me a moment. My apologies, I just had to also grab a drink. That was a pretty good replay. But let's see. Speaking of which, this one I noticed that it was automatically in set. Blood intensity, impact. Didn't like that effect. I wonder, what does it look like if I max this out? I have to oh, there's a whole lot of settings with this. This is a bit more in-depth DLC than I expected. I'll have to mess around with this later. But of course that's part of like the season pass. And so I got it. Not necessarily I really want it. I think it's a DLC that shouldn't really need to be in the game, but either way. Let's see. Susanoo, Freyr. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. Then we can do a Demeter. I want to cast Demeter a bit more. I haven't cast too much Demeter, by the way. Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Age Mythology replay. So on the right side is the orange Susanoo. We got Vindicare, which, for some reason, that name sounds familiar. Is that a name from Red Alert 3? Oh no, that was Vindies. Either way, spawn bottom left side is the red Freyr. We got Ronin. When it comes to the major gods, Susanoo is a focus on myth units and god powers. Tributes favor per Bushido tier. Invoking god powers to make the other ones 25% cheaper. And to use this initial god power to make other ones cheaper. And unit special ability, both human soldier and myth units recharge 25% faster. And for his unique upgrade, Crushing Waves increase myth unit speed and gives him +1 divine damage. Should be I think it's a very nice upgrade, particularly for the Kitsune. Go with Inari Okami. And of course, this here, it's like Oranoso's stun, less responsive, but it's probably meant to be a cheap mythological upgrade to make all these other ones cheaper. So use that to get other god powers, in my opinion. It's a multiplier aspect. Right here, of course, is the focus on technology and defense. Has a potent defense god power. The skill and berserk is more powerful for age. Technologies cost half, but take a much longer research. Good trade-off, I would say. Hill Forts and Hill Fort units do +10% damage. He's actually pretty strong with mass ballista. And repairing is free. Dwarves and gatherers can repair. His unique upgrade here, improve the hit points of all units. It does get cheaper as you start researching more upgrades. For his age up, Olar is usually the default. Freyja is not a bad option for him either. Asgard and Bastion, you get an early Asgard and Bastion, which means you get early Heskars. An upgrade to make you get early portable batting rams. Very nice. And reduce the cost, so it's now, what, 40 favor? Very nice to have. And Longhouse units are faster and they are staying still, then they can have a bit of zoomies. Draugr is a decent myth unit, but have to rely on their upgrade being decent in my opinion. For as far as okay god power, Valkyrie is a mounted healer. That's always very useful. Cavalry and speed and hit points is always very nice. And hit points at 10% and able to go to hero early. Overall, both are good options. Though Olar is definitely the fan favorite. For Susanoo, Inari Okami is usually the fan favorite, but Mita Katomi is also pretty good. Swamplands is a bit more of overpowered god power in my opinion. Jorogumo is a decent frontline myth unit. Wisdom 9 gives your Kitsune more health and double stack speed limits. Can go very nice with the Crushing Wave for the Kitsune. Ivory Netsukune gives you gold when your myth units start doing damage, so against units, which is very nice to have. So good for your Kitsune to go around biting villagers. And additional cavalry hit points is moon speed. Minakatomi gives you the Shrine of Hunt, upgrade your shrines to Shrines of Hunt, which gives spawn off free deer and defensive wolves. The deer, of course, also improve favor generation as well as are delicious to eat. And the wolves are just a decent defensive unit, which also do get the divine damage from Crushing Wave. This guy is a floating siege unit that does crushing damage with damage over time, divine damage, so it's a weird unit. Faster hunting, which I think is Age of Empires 3 icon. Your ranged soldiers do 10% more damage and +1 maximum range. Very nice to have. And your ranged soldiers and siege weapons cost 15% less. He is a good god, don't get me wrong. And our economy is by default for Susanoo, but Minakatomi is excellent as well. All the three minor gods, first minor gods, are great for the Japanese effect. Very few of the minor gods in total in all the ages are bad for the Japanese, I would say. Just some are just better than the others, of course. Let's see, Skull of Creops gives you monkeys, 6 monkeys. I wonder if they get affected by Crushing Wave Divine Damage. Probably not, I think they classify as animals. A bit of snare for your ranged soldiers, which is very nice to have. System of Bast, villagers are cheaper. That's okay, not great, but it does add up. Dwarven Calipers make your siege weapons cost less. Oh no. for Freyr, who's already has a bit, honestly, on a borderline overpowered ballista, I can make them 20% cheaper. Oh boy. It's like blue or orange finds a good number of goats. Goats are, of course, the goat. Red does not find as many goats. We actually do have the less common option of Minakatomi. Katatomi. Temple here by Freyr. For a shrine to hunt could be this one here. Actually not a super great oh, it skims the gold and skims what forest it has while skimming the chickens. So how much favor is she providing? 0.8 equivalent to a sing now much more now with the nearby pieces of venison. This guy does do crush damage. His only damage he can do against infantry units is his passive blaze effect, which is more potent than poison or bleed damage. Poison bleed damage is really pathetic, honestly. We do have... let's slow down since both players age up past the initial economic phase. We have a Bushi hero, got some Naginata riders, more deer, more wolves. Apparently in I looked up Japanese mythology. Most mythology looks down upon wolves. The Japanese mythology is different. They actually look positively on wolves in their mythology. They're more like guardians, spirit and animals, rather than aggressive creatures. To the point where a lot of societies consider them almost demons. Bushi can hit pretty hard by the Ulfsark. Naginata is trying to engage him. He's trying to pick up the relic there. And we'll manage to skip the Bushi out. More deer being summoned. How's her? She's at 9 favor, which is slightly higher than a Greek villager collecting up favor. Their base collection rate is 0.08, which then gets soft capped at 8 villagers. So now she's providing good favor income. Oh, looks like the Kitsune has gone down. Arcier booped the snoot a little bit too hard. Number of berries there. I looked up the shrine's favorite gathering rate. It rates, of course, the favorite gather rate based on the capacity of the resource nearby. So these deer that get summoned occasionally, they'll add up to the favor generation. And food is rated higher than gold, which is rated higher than wood. Wood is easiest to max out capacity due to the high density. Gold, the 6,000 gold deposits, of course, have very high density. And food is rated highest, which the deposits are actually not too high. Let's just take a look at this berry deposit, for example. 150 times what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, in the middle of the berry bushes doesn't actually offer too much favor generation. And looks like the Asgardian Bastion's being summoned. Erdman can help build it. Down south we do have Naginata Riders trying to make an opening, Erdman engaging. does actually have some upgrades on these Erdman. He has copper shields. That's pretty early for that, honestly. Is this just me, or does copper shields seem a little bit too early for Freyr? Because that makes sense for Thor, but for Freyr, that's actually pretty early. Sure, he has a discount on it, don't get me wrong. But I'm sort of surprised he actually has that early. Usually blacksmith upgrades get pushed off the last moment. We got a round of monkeys here. No crushing wave research. I don't know if the monkeys get affected by it. It's the relic monkey. It says magic monkey, but I think they're not classified as a myth unit. I think they're classified as animal. The wolves are affected by crushing wave, just making them ever so slightly more effective as a defensive unit. Don't know if they get age up stats. But these are classified as myth units. Got some Huskarls there and Erdman with a couple Herseers. There's Crushing Wave. Guess we'll find out. Do monkey become monkey? Nope, monkeys do not get affected by Crushing Waves, but go to the wolves. You see they get +1 divine damage. We have Raijin being queued on up for the lightning doggos, the two-tailed lightning doggos. Which he can, the simplest, most similar counterpart to the Raiju is the Battle Boar. Raiju is a little bit faster. I think the Battle Boar is a bit more durable. Raiju is actually really fast. 6.3 with 2 Kitsunes putting the movement speed. They can get like the 7.3 with their upgrade as well. If you like harassing with the Kitsune, try mixing some Raijus when you get a chance. Plus, you can also make the God Powers cheaper for that aspect as well. Speaking of which, you can summon the God Powers, which calls to make the Shrine of the Hunt cheaper. It'd be good to go for Thunderous Burst before going for the Kusanagi. This is primarily just meant to make the other God Powers cheaper. I think the recast costs like 15, something dirt cheap. And which make this, what, 20 cheaper? So you effectively get this, you can employ this for free to make everything else cheaper. There's the Raiju upgrade. Increase the damage by 35% and speed by 10%. So they're not shock troops, they're shock doggos. Castle going on up. We do have Ager being put on the field, which is something I want to point out with him. Of course, Temp is a very good god power. You got the Rock Giants, Granite Giants. Feats are known for food generation and health regen. But 9 ways increase the damage of siege weapons, along with Freyr's bonus damage for siege weapons, Hill Fort units. They're borderline overpowered. They're difficult to deal with, to say the least. Watasumi already queued on up as well. Actually, he's overpowered to age up as well. We're going to see a fast mythic. Freyr's going for his heroic now. Going back to Watasumi. Provides the Dragon Typhoon, Shingami. Another round of them. Shinobis get Smoke Bomb, move faster. Better Ojamoyu, and Asymmetrical Bow. It's a bit more effective for like counter range stuff, but that God Power is pretty good to go with Long Susanoo, so maybe not going for the God Power. Who knows, maybe we'll go straight for age 5. I wonder, God Powers get 75% cheaper of age 5. The Raiju upgrade, though, was a Hajin mask, which he may have already got it. No, here, Den Den drums. Reduce the cost by 20%. Is that additively or multiplicatively applied to the age 5 effect? If multiplicatively, it means diminishing returns. If it's additively, geometrically, then that would, in theory, means God Powers cost 95% less. I hope that's not the case. If it is, I want to see players go more often fast Wonder Susanoo. It starts just raining down everything. He sees his opponent's gone for a number of Huskarls as well as Herseers. So Samurai is the better option, which is generally the other god, which is Takamichi, which gives more focus on Samurai and also give them another what's called Masterless Strike upon death. Of course, that's assuming he wants to go for Samurai. He supports Shinobi and mounted Yumi archers, while the other one does support Yari spearmen and Samurai. And against the Norse, Samurai may be the better option, though the Shinobi would be a good counter to the throwing axemen, which is like throwing to the counter to the Samurai. So I can see both. Correlations, Feast of Renown, Bowsaw. I just realized that's actually red sounds and not orange. Does eat the villagers. They were quite delicious. They taste like pork. After all, the closest approximation to human meat is pork. Orange still in one town center. So it's 36 versus 41 villagers. Red's on 2. Hill Fort, Ox Cart, and with a Narikomi, go for a pair of Kitsune, and these Rajus moving up 7.3. Granted, Kitsune will be moving at 7.2, which is still really fast. Up here we do have Gunnar Herseers. More Mikos, more Yumi archers, mounted Yumi archers, ballistics, copper weapons. And definitely when it comes to the order of God of Powers, definitely go for H4 God of Power first, so your other 2 God of Powers can make it cheaper immediately by 40%, I think. I don't know if it was additively or multiplicatively. I think it is multiplicatively, but still make it even cheaper. Probably should go for Den drums, but that's only meant for if you can get that before recasting. Those villagers are getting quite delicious. There's the Dragon Typhoon. There's Gillen Bracetti. There's Tempest. Red brings God Powers here. I'm not sure where the there's the Dragon Typhoon. Was there anything there? Was that a misclick? Orange Army Large goes down, 43 versus 50. The Gillen Bracetti is classified as a divine hero, which does not have the divine protection. So in theory, Zeus's bolt should be able to bolt it. We do now Hell being queued on up rather than Age or Vidar. Actually, less common of 2. Hell will give you access to the other 3 giants, so he has all 4 giants, as was a Nidhogg. More Yumi archers going for Den Drum. His next shrine does cost 75, which could make the other 2 God Powers cheaper. Go for Thunder Spurs first, then Kusanagi, and then the shrine, another Hunt of the Shrine. Oh, there's a Draugr. You're now the Joji. I have no idea how to pronounce some of these words. There's some sort of form of foreign. Looks like a good number of Miko's here for healing. How's it going on up? And you go for Thunderous Burst. Good spot for a shrine. Could be next to this gold deposit along the trees. There's Nidhogg. Thunderous Burst should be cast relatively soon. Yep, there's Thunderous Burst. Could bring in the Kusanagi as well. And the Nidhogg gets shot down by the Onjamayos. Got a pretty good amount of crush damage. The Nidhogg probably has only 80% crush armor. Bears get knocked around. Kusanagi gets summoned, knocks around some of these units. His next Dragon Typhoon costs 158, very affordable right now. Another Shrine to Hunt, so it's now down to 119. And right now it's on Bushi tier 3, so that's heavy units. Next round we'll give him another 100 favor to work with. I have a feeling there's going to be a Dragon Typhoon here soon. Open up the conflict of the Dragon Typhoon, wipe out everything here. Instantly kills off all those units. Frost Giant, Fire Giant getting quite damaged as well. Those getting hit. These guys are heroes, but also siege units having high crush damage, 85 crush damage. Downstairs only at 10% crush armor at the moment. You have now the Rampager, makes his myth units effectively train instantly. So you can try to sneak a temple around the backside and then summon the army of your spare favor. Probably be a good idea to go for another Kusanagi relatively soon. 12 favor to get everything else costing less. Now a shrine there, that's a pretty good time for a Shrine to Hunt if it was off cooldown. This shrine's incomplete. The drop trees here still count as favor generation. It is a good idea to complete it. The 6,000 gold there. This will also provide favor. Maybe a good idea to go for the soccer shrines there to get some replacement cherry trees as well. Just get more favor generation. Brings it 57, 58 per minute. Another Kusanagi summon there. Those are largely missed. Next one is Thunderous Burst at 51 favor and dirt cheap. Which could make this additional 40 cheaper approximately. Costing 51 favor to make the other 141 cheaper, not to mention making the Shrine to Hunt cheaper to recast that for cheap as well. Gotta keep the ball rolling. We'll go with Shrine to Hunt wouldn't be half bad either. Though probably best to go for Thunderous Burst first, but it's a bit more convenient to summon another Shrine to Hunt. Favor right now, 12 villagers on favor generation, very good for Susanoo. And right now 64 favor per minute, and of course putting this to a Shrine to Hunt will also improve it. Going for Hunter Strength and asymmetrical bows, giving him +3 range for his ranged soldiers, very nice. Now Fortune going down. Now Kusanagi is going to soon be available. That's a good idea to go for that ability first to make the other ones cheaper. Nope, there's 3 unclaimed town centers on the map. Granite Blood, with hit points of all the giants. Another Kusanagi there. And here comes another Dragon Typhoon. Cleans up the majority of the stuff over here. Good number of Miko's the front line, just get some frontline healing as well. Large number of Jarls, Goaty, probably just try and get anything in the field. It's when he gets Yumi Archer, Horse Archers, another Thunderous Burst summon. Just trying to hunt down the 25, get that cast on one of those triangle back line. Sure, you can make it cheap for the Kusanagi, but it's probably more focused to get the other two cheaper. Granite Blood now being researched. Fire Giants are probably the best call for red. Backline, good damage. Ironically, the Portal Banarians have 85% crush armor, so they're actually a bit more vulnerable to the Ojamoji with their high crush damage. Yep. Click this gold deposit now. Both these builds can be summoned. I say go for the Shrine Hunt while you can. Get the billion cooldown, long cooldown. Because that would probably make his next Dragon Typhoon affordable. Miko goes down. Right now, looks like he's at 69 favor per minute. Queued up the high-end mask, give the infantry increased lifesteal, 10% lifesteal, and 15% hit points. Good number of Huskarls here, very good against the Universal Archers. There goes another Shrine Hunt. You really want to make sure he gets maximum discount on Shrine Hunt. He's really min-maxing it. Problem is the cooldown for this is quite long, 3 minutes. And here comes another Dragon Typhoon. I don't think that one's really needed, but he will wipe this formation in no time. Other stuff in the back line's getting hit as well. Right now it's not only a heavy unit, so soon you have champion units plus 100 favor to spend with, which will keep his God Power charge ball going. Right now he's at 132. His next Dragon Typhoon costs 229. A Thunder Burst and another Kusanagi. I think he should start spamming Kusanagi whenever he can. Now it's down to 219, a very much more affordable price. And with this upgrade here, he will soon have enough for it. The normal Huskarls charge away forward, which are of course counter range units. And the UV Horse Archers are classified as ranged soldier as well as cavalry. Unlike Erdman, they have good range armor. Orange's ground armor needs a bit more backbone behind it. Also, right now, Myth units may do just well as well. A good round of Raju. Because right now, he just simply can't win the army fights. His opponent's army's been constantly destroyed, but not been able to just push forward. Samurai would probably be a good call at this current rate. Also, even just Shinobi, and then follow up with, he has access to a smoke bomb ability, so you could go smoke bomb on in, bring in Dragon Typhoon, destroys himself, then use Shinobi just to pick off anything that's left, and they have good crush damage. And thanks to the Shrine of the Hunts, he's actually been maintaining zero need for farms. He has so far 0 farms in the field, which is really impressive. Granted, he's only been on 1 village queue in the entire game. He's at 65 versus 100. This one's also going for Ox Caravans as well. Oh, another Kusunagi's been summoned. Here comes another Dragon Whirlwind. He can go for another Thunderous Burst and Shrine of the Hunt. Doing amount of damage on the backline to a good number of villages as well. There's a Thunderous Burst as well. Knocking back, providing some good amount of crowd control, doing some great AoE. Son of Moose fell right here. Has his charge attack ready to go. Another Shining Hunt can be summoned. Looks like he's going to just wait for it when it gets cheaper than the Kusanagi. His favorite generation has gone down to 49 per minute. If you want to preserve his gold deposit, go for some deer caravans. Pumbaa went down. Yep, looks like that one's maxed out on wolves. Let's see here, deer being summoned.
Nani?
Yeah, Orange has not been able to close out the game. Doesn't have enough villagers on the... Actually, not building any more villagers. He's actually infinite queuing Mikos. Okay. Wait, he's infinite queuing Mikos and he has 0 farms in the field. And Mikos get trained pretty quickly. Okay, now he's gone back to villager production. He has 2 town centers at least. Red's gone for a 4th town center now. Another Kusanagi there. Orange's village will be going down. Old Sark's is going to slice them apart. We got a good number of defensive doggos here. 10, 21 damage, so they do receive staff bonuses. Another Shrine of the Hunt on the front line, I guess. Rock Granite Giant does get some taunting. Next Dragon Typhoon costs 125 favor. Guess what he is summoning? All those guys died immediately. And there's actually a number of wounded villagers back here, but it looks like they'll miss the typhoon. These guys putting some houses up there. And it looks like the Ox Caravan trade line may be going on down. Throwing axemen in the back line. Of course, they will get countered by the forest archers, since they are not being countered. Over here, got the Elf Sarks pushing forward. Number of wolves here still available for defense. Not even Watchtower. Going for Watchtower now. The thing is about these Elf Sarks, there's a large number of wolves here, not to mention the town center. More deer being summoned. The shrines have been very successful in extra defense. Susanoo's now 17 Miko's got enough favor. Another Kusanagi there. Next Dragon Typhoon is 225 favor. Next Thunder's Burst is 54, so it's available now. More Granite Giants being summoned. Self was large enough that the movement speed got knocked down the line. Let's see, next Dragon Typhoon is 169 favor. Next one's probably Kusanagi, though trying to hunt costs 65, but knowing him, he's probably gonna go for Kusanagi first. When it comes to income, Rayer's out of food, has gold and wood to work with, which Huskarls do cost. And over here, Susanoo's actually out of gold. And just simply out of gold. No ox caravans or deer caravans. Miko up here. And that... there's some gold here. 6,000 deposit. So, Orange has gold inside the map. It's just maybe hard to tell since his color is also orange, a similar color to gold. Does find this fortified town center, giving Red some breathing room over here. Red's also a maxed out population. Red also has a good number of ox caravans. He might be maxed out on them. Old Sarks or Huskarls push forward does find a bunch of exotic doggos. 49 of 60, that's basically maxed out. Another Kusanagi gets hit. Goes for a Dragon Typhoon as well. Which way will it travel? This way. So, got a good amount of damage on these forces. Does not pick it off. Another Shrine Hunt could be summoned. That's already a Shrine to Hunt. There's a Shrine to Hunt there. Hunts all the doggos. Howdy. And looks like this Granite Giant's actually going down. Actually, no, he doesn't actually have the Granite Giant upgrade. It does go down to the Wolves. Doing good. You? All Sarks and Rax Raiders pushing forward. Got the Yumi Horse Archers pushing down south. Yumi or Miko getting hit here. Trying to build another town center. Orange built one up here. The Rock Giant does do another little taunt there onto the Wolf. Wolves providing just enough massive front line. Got some of these units there. Large number of deer caravans. And looks like this Grant Rock Giant's also getting bitten by the wolves. Frost Giant here. Next God Power looks like Thundersburst. He's actually out of favor at the moment. Next favor drop will give him 150. But he's pretty far away from it. He has not been doing too many myth units, nor dojo units, or really any, to start charging this up. For civilization, I probably Susanoo. All the god powers. This is like a Susanoo build that I just like. Just spam out god powers. This build must be really frustrated feeling for all the god powers though. What that would change is probably I'd swap out Minakatomi with Onari Okami and focus more on the Rajus and the Kitsune or mobile hit squads since they're high speed. What's getting hit? I'm hearing something getting hit. Ah, it's a villager stabbing a wall. Sounds about right. You're in the town center there. You do have a Titan Gate queued on up by red. 9 waves being queued on up. A large amount of deer caravans being queued on up to over here, of course. Been a bit of a late transition to that. May want to stop the village production, honestly, if you wanted to free up population for deer caravans. Once this town center gets built, we'll help out with deer caravans, get a big round of them spawn in the field. Maybe some extra fortifications would be very nice here. Maybe some basic walls. Villagers can get hacked apart. Let's see. Susanoo's actually out of gold though. That's his problem. Can't even afford watchtowers. Maybe a Shrine of Hunting too will help out with the defense over here. But that favorite cost for them is getting pretty expensive. So I think the base cost of all these god powers is getting pretty expensive for him. Oh, got a bit of lag spike there. Been streaming as an actual streaming for a couple years now. But mostly before that, YouTube videos for a long time. Started with Grey Goo and Comfy Heroes 2. Still do Comfy Heroes 2. Been a while since last touched Grey Goo. Deer caravans being summoned. Let's see, they have a load of 91, pretty good trade rate. Comparison to his opponent's Ox Caravans has 98, which is also pretty good. Usually I see people get around the 60s. And yet, Orange has not built a single farm yet. As much as like I prefer Onari Okami, and the Swamplands, the Shrine of Hunts have been very good with them, keeping very well fed. Shigami does get deployed out there. Got a nice little Kusanagi again. Next Dragon Typhoon is 171, which he has enough for it. Maybe gotta to go for Thunder's Burst before that point. But Orange right now has just been having trouble closing out the game. Now got some of the heavy ballista, which are going to be very vulnerable to Dragon Typhoons. Probably one reason why he has not been mass producing them, because Dragon Typhoons probably just rip them apart. So right now he's at 63 favorites per minute versus 0. Huskarl's being cleaned on up. Revenant Shigami getting hit. We've got some girls being on the field. On my own personal time, not on streams. Occasionally there's a good one that pops up, but it's been a while since there's been any good games out lately. Mostly just lately, just Stellaris. A pair of Revenant Shigami's there. Draugr firing away. Tempo not going on up. More Yari Spearmen, more Shigami being pulled in the field, more Mikos. And red is actually getting the Titan Gate now going. Generally, yes. I mostly just play RTS and War Thunder because I hate myself. Those units getting some damage done. Huskarl's throwing axe and push way forward. Freyr has started running low on wood, has 49 villagers on wood. Of course, got 60 ox caravans, good amount of food there, so it has quite a good economy. Right now, Susanoo may just want Eye for a Wonder at the current rate, but he's lacking food for it. Not familiar with Hollow Knight. It's like a platformer, right? Never really played any of the platformers. Well, it was a Super Mario DS. 3DS was probably the last one no, it was just regular DS. Last one I played. And that was, what, 10? No, well over 10 years ago. Comes some Horseers there, but sort of being streamed in one at a time. Got a good number of fortifications here. A large number of fortifications. Look at the mini-map. You can see all these forts on the map here, the hill forts. Heading down south. Number of exotic doggos here for defense. Got some watchtowers being built here as well. More of the Yari Spearmen, more of the Yumi Horse Archers. Which myth unit's the strongest? I do prefer ranged myth units over regular myth units. Generally, I think the Fire Giant is... And I also sort of say one that you could spam out in numbers rather than individually. Not like say, oh, here's a Titan or anything of that sort. Generally, I would say the Fire Giant is pretty good. The Manticore is pretty good as well. Medusa, Lampetes. Yeah, I would probably say Lampetes above Medusa, because double transfiguration, got one chaos and the instant kill transfiguration, so 2 instant kills while offering good damage. But just straight up damage, probably the Fire Giant. Now Shigami's getting resummoned, of course, as they start going down. Orange's Titan Gate almost pulled out on the field. I think, did Red complete his? It hasn't started pulling out, has he? Nope, it is being pulled out. Emir's almost pulled in the field, 53 more seconds. Then we are Arami no Orochi? I forget what it's called. The 8-headed snake. God power? Pod Meteor. Oh, Bok Bok Boom. I don't think you want that answer, though. Probably Meteor is the most fun. Though Son of Osiris is very fun, but not as great as Meteor in my opinion. There's a Dragon Typhoon. Being tasked to help siege down some of the stuff here. Eliminate this town instead will of course reduce the income through trade. Though Freyr has over 11,000 in bank. Mir now got to pull it in the field. The Titan Gate can be summoned by Orange. I don't think he started it though. Got some villagers here. Yeah, the Titan Gate will possibly be started right there, next to the monkeys. Forgot that he had the monkey relic. Titan gates being started by orange now. Red's Titans engaging this town center, which will deny quite a bit of trade, though this one's still a good backup. Miko's not exactly anti-Titan unit, probably need to get a good number of Bushis on the field. Otomusha and Daimyos could be useful. I think Bushis in this situation would be better. Can bring another Thunderous Burst. That'd be good against suppressing the other parts of the army. Susanoo has a full military force in the field. Where? I'm not sure. Oh, there's another Revenants. Or Shigamis. In this town center now, Red's already building this town center. This town center goes down, greatly loses maximum population for orange. I still don't know. There's so many Shigamis on the field. That's probably where all this population is getting locked in. Each one's what? 3 populations, not too bad. The Mir's blitzing towards this town center. That's this orange's last town center.
Nani?
Wait, Red is booting a Wonder out. Red's going for a Wonder, very nice. Now we got the final Bushido tier, which means a big stockpile of favor. If he spawns, use one of these other god powers, and you have enough for another Dragon Typhoon. I think Orange just sort of ran out of steam. He's running low on population space. He's down to 140, which 53, probably 60. He probably has like 40 population for military. So I think Red has pulled out a very well-deserved victory. As much like Orange's playstyle, Red has played it, just hung on. Titan taking some damage there. Orange has a Titan gate available, but not currently using it. A big herd of deer. United States. I am from the United States. So right now, if I remember correctly, your guys' time zone must be first in the morning for y'all, 6 o'clock, depending on daylight savings and time zone. So somewhere between like 4 and 8 o'clock, I have to guess. Wolves spotting some of these guys here. What Orange has been doing is, so Orange has been going AFK. Feels like Orange has been just going AFK at this point. Am I crazy? Replay goes on. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Oh, there's another Dragon Typhoon, but it feels like Orange is out of the game. He has no population space to work with. He's also not building any units. So yeah, Orange is effectively AFK at this moment. He's not building any units. He's... And yep, and Orange back to the game now. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I do try to stream daily, barring Sundays. I stream Advanced Wars by Web, Tiny Wars, the Days Ruin version of it, Couple Years 1, 2, Age of Mythology, and though I've lately just been doing off stream recordings for Age of Empires 4, so it's been a while since I actually live streamed that. Probably have time for one last replay for tonight. Nothing too crazy, but before I do get started with the next replay, I do need to use your restroom. Please give me a moment. And my apologies, I'm back. Thanks. Let's see now. Uranus versus Demeter. Let's do this one. And this is probably gonna be my last one for tonight. Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age Mythology replay. Small on the north side as the blue Uranus, we got Jack 90. Small on the south side as the red Demeter, we got Troll Pack, who can't go for trolls. What a troll. Either way, when it comes to the major and minor gods, Uranus is focused on vision and mobility. Citizens can build sky patches, new sky patches per age. Humans can get into sky patches, just have access to sky patches. All units get 4 line of sight. Oracles generate more favor when full line of sight, and get a bit of visibility on damaged units. Unique upgrade here increases infantry speed by 10%, very nice to have. And Shockwave is decent little crowd control. God power. Demeter is, of course, the focus on expansion and resource gathering. Herdables improve favor generation of the temples, max 10 herdables per temple. Town centers, village centers spawn herdables upon age up. Buildings are built faster near gold mines. And +1 village can work fun, effectively making your farms cost half the cost. Village centers had additional HP and has increased attack per villager, so not necessarily full town centers, but getting close to that. Wither, of course, is a good way to destroy berries, farms, and trees, and Divine Labor gives your villagers increased carrying capacity, while get a bit of healing upon drop off. Of course, for Demeter as well, for aging up, got Ares upon. Ares is an excellent god. Pestilence is a good way to reduce your opposing production, so Calliope's are good frontline myth units. Early high passes can be situationally quite good, depending if you're fighting against the Atlanteans, not a bad thing. Hoplites get additional divine damage, Prodromos get additional divine damage, which is pretty good for Prodromos since they are also a counter cavalry unit, really giving them bonus damage there. And more toxic damage. Ares overall, very good, generous god. If you don't know who to go for, Ares is pretty nice. Pawn is more likely because it's unique to Demeter. Arcane Meadow is a localized ceasefire. Lycons are a villager who can turn to a wolf to defend themselves. A decent early to mid game villager unit. The two retain 3 population costs when they're a human form, so you want to phase them out in the late game because they will consume extra population space. They become a bit more of a liability later on. For the early game, they can defend themselves and they get better hunting rate. Walls get reflection damage, get Lycons upon building town centers, and able to change Lycons at will, plus can increase some damage and speed. Do you mind if I can ask you something? Sure. Uranus can go for Oceanus or Promethean. Carnivora is a good defensive structure. Aladria is a good flying healer. Servants are a good naval healer, which there's no water in this map, not even a puddle. Fire the Shark is additional fanatic and Marmello damage by 5%. Nothing too crazy. The bleed damage is also nothing too crazy. It's not that great in general. Bullet Mace increases hero speed capabilities and their hero speed and damage, making them a bit more effective as a counter cavalry unit there. These guys are very good at blitzing when they become fully heroic. And frontline heroics make your promotions for infantry cheaper. Promethean's Valor God Power is very nice to protect for your citizens, and then improve your heroic citizens by additional 20% here. And Promethean's just general frontline tanky myth unit that splits into more myth units. Actually, I have no idea.
Bullreg.
Do know that how I sort of do everything is I do cast games, but I also do record them 4K 60 FPS and then upload them to YouTube. So if you wonder why I'm sort of starting over, assuming you know nothing, it's because I'm actually recording casting for players who know nothing, or potentially could know nothing. So I'm more like it's prepped both doing live stream and cast recording for the YouTube videos. Warrior is pretty nice for your hero's health regen. Probably very nice for Atlanteans. Not bad for Demeter either. Orphan horseshoes, cavalry speed by 5%. Probably pretty good for the Lantians, who tend to go a bit more heavy in cavalry than Demeter. Demeter is not really locked to any sort of barracks, archer range, or stables, so it could be nice for her. Dragon Palace Crystal. Walls and tower hit points increased by 10%. Not bad. Nice to have, but nothing critical. And text of Emo Hat. Buildings produce 10% faster. Not too great, honestly. So nothing in these relics says scream to me excellent. Promethean being queued on up. Goats being collected. Goats, of course, the goat. Storehouse going on up there. Do we actually have Ares and not Pan being queued on up? Spicing up a little bit for Demeter. Just because you have something unique doesn't mean you have to go for it. Valor immediately queued on up, probably on a citizen somewhere. Maybe on Oracle for extra favor generation, it's hard to say. Maybe it was on this one here to pick up that relic. That's probably what it. Possibly. I'll probably have to take a look at your portfolio. You just want to send me a DM. But I really haven't looked into all that stuff. Oh, looks like the Promethean got knocked out, and now Promethean Offspring as well. We got Orpheus also picks off the other one. Cyclops battering down the temple. The Cyclops has a decent amount of crusher damage in Age 2, which is very nice to have. And we also got Ilos. I don't know his backstory for a... what's it called? For a hero, Greek hero. Orpheus, I'm assuming, since one of the relics involves his head, I guess he was really annoying to loot. Got Theft of Fire queued on up. Mormello's queued on up. It's Angrade, but... I really don't have that pulled up at the moment. Don't really use Discord all too often. You now have... the, what's it called? Citizens do pulled on back. Sky Passage taking some damage. And of course, Sky Passage is a relatively fragile structure. Valor Power somewhere. Sky Passage is over here.
Skopos. Yuji.
Oracles is spread up. Picks up this relic here. No, still has that relic. That's the heroic hero regeneration one. Can't speak right now. Blah.
Skopos.
Ilos taking some damage there. Another Valor Power, and this time we saw where it got casted. That's Citizen. The Citizen can do his part even better. Clicking on some delicious piece of venison over here, or gazelle. I wonder how gazelle tastes in real life. Oh, so you're going to pick up that relic. That's the relic for increased cavalry speed. I don't think you're classified as cavalry. Got some Toxdays, got some Hypastus. Valor Power.
Burek. Yuji.
Oh, we got the Will of Kronos queued on up, giving melee area damage and throw area damage. You actually don't really see mass Cyclopes too much. A bit of AoE damage makes him far more effective as infantry, because splash damage is his own form of anti-infantry, or primarily anti-small, I should say. Difficult to get splash damage on cavalry, but easy to get splash damage on archers and on infantry. Another Valor Power somewhere. Relic right there, just sitting on top of the horse. You know, that relic probably really obscures your view. Not really. Though I think the chat window may be stretching a little bit low. Sky Passer's taking some damage.
Herr Joe's.
Oh, looks like Momello's getting inside the town center. 2 of them there. It should be just Angrade. Do have now medium high passes queued on up. We got some Cherry Ballista Marmellos queued on up. And high passes were available early thanks to Ares, which is very nice to have. This one's going for more infantry focus. Cherry Ballista is the counter to the high passes. Termas are not necessarily counter to them, but they won't be necessarily countered. Cyclops there. No, we got some idle villagers here.
Yuji.
Oh, does kill the goat there. Blue actually doesn't have too many goats on the field, does he? Red may have found a good number of goats. Pestilence Summon there, which reduced the build rate of these units. It was actually nerfed from Gold Edition, which was a complete stop. Shockwave there, stunned some units there. Poxay's firing away. We got a pair of the Elder Cyclopses here, getting some good AoE damage on those Marmellos. Dashing down the Sky Passage. Gets out the Sky Passage there. I wonder if he actually turned off the throw ability. Nope, that one got thrown. The throw ability does get your Cyclopses a bit of slower attack speed. Does take a bit of wind up there, so turning off the throw ability wouldn't be half bad. In order to make sure your Cyclopses keep on bashing away with the AoE damage.
Leia.
Citizens taking some damage there. Watchtowers have been upgraded, but looks like he's sort of in the middle of everything. Towns are taking some damage. Citizens trying to repair it up now. Just send me a DM. I'm currently in the middle of casting right now. Town center down to 140. Slowly being picked apart. Gone down to 110s, hundreds. High passes trying to stab some of the citizens. Grab some of them, get some out. Far side here of the heroic citizens to stab the Cyclops. Went down the 90s. Maybe down the 80s. Another Cyclops bashed down the town center. Citizen has gone down. Valor power there on this Marmello. Throws the Marmello over here. Talk stays push way forward. Town center's in the 200s, so it's going up. And the Cyclops does go down there. Blue managed to stay the town center. Blue has a larger army in the field at the moment than red. And yep, the music subsided. Combat has subsided. Town center needs a lot of repairs, and it's not Gaia, so can't get health regen. Though they get in with that much damage, you probably can't rely on the health regen. It's nice to have, but slow. The Watchtower may be worth getting repaired on up. Like I said, can you send me a DM? I'm in the middle of casting. Terma's gaining heroic fight. Watchtower is trying to take some damage there. High passes push way forward. Terma's gauging the Toxites. Nice little shockwave there. Marmello's trying to engage some of these units. Though still got the Elder Cyclopses here. Some of the heroic Marmellos being peeled on off to engage these Cyclopes. One of the Cyclopses has gone down. Cyclopes. Picks up that Marmello, but does save it. And thus he does have that relic there for health for Jen, for his heroes, which is very nice in this situation. And now Ilos is starting to fall back.
Πρόσεχε.
Collected some delicious rhinoceroses.
Πρόσταγμα.
Heroifying more of these Marmellos, which actually health for Jen would be very useful for that. Gotta be a bit passive. He knows his arm is quite weak. Gotta be defensive with it. Does not have enough health to be all offensive. And he's gone for Promethean rather than Oceanus, so doesn't have the Caladra for healing either. Has Key of Hyperion, which gives access to Satyrs. And Blue has a pair of relics here. It looks like his temple has some research there. It looks like, did Blue get every single relic? So drop a relic there, 2 there. So it looks like maybe Red only got 1. No, Red has 0. Mini map. I see another relic somewhere on this side as well, but I'm having trouble seeing if there is one. Citizen does stay alive away from Ilos. Look what I'm doing now. This is the cast.
Έτοιμος. Λέγε.
Ilos is starting to fall back. Got now the Marmellos running around.
Πρόσεχε.
We have some farms going on up, which says can support 2 villagers each. Even though it's a little bit dangerous to put the farms in front line, there is an age 3 upgrade that Demeter could eye. Under Hesta here, Gracious Hospitality gets to maximum population when farms are built next to town centers, which only applies to town centers, not the village centers. Though this might be a little bit too far. Hard to say honestly. Another house there. We do now have Marmellos being queued on up.
Έτοιμος.
Ilos immediately gets picked off by the town center. He's pretty wounded. Some citizens here, they may want to fall back to the sky passes rather than the town center. 3 Cyclopes there, providing a good amount of crush damage. And these 4 still regenerating a decent amount of health. Another Valor Power somewhere. I'm middle of casting a game. And there goes the town center. Of course, Cyclopes are right now only useful as a siege for the amount of heroes he's fighting against, which can be nice. Have the high pass engage all the heroic Marmellos at least. Doesn't have to really worry about Termos countering the high pass this. The Trigger Ballista will cause a bit of an issue for them. Hyperion now going on being researched by Oranos. Demeter is not queued up anything. Going for another pair of Cyclopes. Types: Myth Unit, Myth Unit, Myth Unit. What? I guess a Cyclops is classified as Myth Unit times 3.
Λέγε.
Oracle over here spawning for a decent amount.
Leia.
Heroic Age now completed by Hyperion. Mostly deleted his market? Okay, guess he needed that space. Got some medium hoplites pushing up here. Got some units inside the manor. Heroic Mermello, severely wounded. Which actually doesn't regenerate health when it's garrison. Got some Cherry Blossom trying to intercept the hoplites. Does heroify the citizen there to save it. The Mermello may want to pop it out. He may spot it now. Speaking about Mermellos, engaging these hoplites now. Got some terminals for support. Collect up some gold up here. Demeter is actually queued on up to get Aphrodite. That's right, maybe Demeter should have played Hades. It's more the models I have minimized since the focus is the game, not my model most of the time. There's the Wither ability. It's been a while since I've seen that. Even when players games with Captain Demeter, you never even see the ability just get deployed. Hoplites push pretty forward. Ooh, chaos. And if the Cyclops is doing AoE damage, that's a lot of pain there. Cherry Bliss got pushed on forward, very nice. Feels like Blue's in a good position, but decides to back on out. May want to cancel Town Center and run. Cancel Town Center. And Demeter is now aging up. Demeter's Aphrodite is actually pretty good to get cursed since the increased favor generation from Pertables is very nice. A pretty good combo there. Looks like Demeter ate all of her livestock over on the task of the temple, looks like. Nope, speaking about curse. Oh, looks like I didn't realize pigs can be loaded up into the Sky Passage, and looks like I got 3 pigs. Granted, they were cherry blossoms, so they're quite valuable. More Cyclopes being summoned. Nemean Lion. The Nemean Rex upgrade increases their radius of their scream, because like all casts, they scream at their opponent. In this age as well, Cyclops up to 720 health, very similar to the Nemean Lion. Yep, the AoE damage is very nice to the Cyclopes. And not to mention that crush damage. So right now, maybe they are a better option than the Nemean Lion. Nemean Lion has definitely higher point target damage with a higher attack speed. But the AoE damage is hard to calculate. Sky Pass is being used. I'm not sure where. Was these guys coming back? No, they were already there. Maybe it's, looks like a bit of army got loaded up inside this Sky Passage. Petropolis here is a good way to siege the town center from range and stay away from the Sky Passage ambush. Getting dismounted. Got Marmellos over here. Oh, it's like I said, this is a gaming channel, not necessarily like a VTuber talking channel, so I don't really have to worry about the size. The size of my model is actually quite large. I just minimize, keep it small. Barracks started taking some damage there. Petropolis push way forward. Good number of heroic Marmellos being promoted. Got Hecate queued on up to get the Lampades and Tartan Gate. Oh, Tartan Gate's a pretty fun one. Best useful to plant in your opponent's trade line, particularly in the middle, to start eating all the trade caravans. All these Marmellos are heroic, so the Cyclopes won't last very long, but the bit of AoE damage is very nice. Arrows queued on up. Cyclopes got ripped apart there. Nemean Lion falls back. Overall Blue just ripped through Red's army there. And blue has held off the advance. Red has actually gone to our town center here. It went for Hera, not how to pronounce her name? Procephacy. I can't pronounce her name. To resummon all them. Actually going for the other god right now would have been nice. Lightning Storm's needed. Because I could have resummoned all the slain soldiers right here as an ambush. I can't say her name. Professor, I just cannot say her name. High past this engaging, but these are Marmellos. Big round of heroes here, I'm guessing. Nope, doesn't look like it. Does turn one of the Marmellos to stone. Cyclops going to be hit by the heroic Marmellos. Alright, see ya. And Hypasus engaging. Marmellos getting engaged by the Hypasus, which is a good counter for the Hypasus. But just way too much support here. The large number of Argus archers. So Peltas would be half bad. Maybe Hippus right now would be good for him. Got some Contenaris on the field. Landing farms are pretty expensive, so another round of Wither wouldn't be half bad, but needs to see a big line of them. Oh, there is Tartan Gate. I'm sorry I missed the Tartan Gate. And that's probably why all the heroes are back here. We've got a number of these Tartan spawns being turned to gold. Oh boy, that's maybe not a good idea to do that against Demeter with King Midas. And red has backed out of the game. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. And that shall be my last replay tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening and get some good rest.